And I believe we are live. Welcome to Life with Brock, and we are at my workbench, aka the kitchen table. And I haven't been live for a really long time, so I'm gonna pause and see if there's anybody that still wants to pop in here. I stopped going live because I had some major issues with my Wi-Fi. Now I need to go and get my iPad because I forgot to do that and see if there's anybody in the chat. I'll be right back. Is there anyone out there? Oh, there's 10 of you already? Say what? Wasn't expecting this at all, peeps. I'm seeing some messages come in. Let me set up my iPad over here so I can see it. And then we'll hop on in and have a chat. This is just gonna be a quick hangout session. No more than an hour. I guess that's not that quick for some of you. All right, it looks like we're live, and the feed actually looks pretty decent. I think I may have figured out my internet woes, which works fine because I haven't actually done any custom work lately. And I have a couple figures I want to play with. I'm an adult collector. I don't play with my figures. All right, let's see who's up in here. Ballora, welcome. Ballora, I don't think you've ever been on the live chat before. Welcome. Phoenix 219, same with you. I'm not. Whoa, the Forge Stink Guy. Jay Lit, what is going on? Thanks for popping in here to say what's up. Transformers Optimal, I know you've been here before. Alfonso, what is up? The Lord Draco, what's crack-a-lackin'? So I was actually just gonna do a review on this figure. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to go live and have a chat with people. So for those of you that have been a part of my channel for a while know that I really don't collect MCU figures at all. And when this wave came out, and I don't even know if this is the first wave. Is this the first wave or the second wave? You guys will know. What's up, Venom Fang? Is this the first or the second wave? And it looks like there's very little lag today, so this is good. This is good news, peeps. Second wave. All right, so like I said, I don't collect the MCU figs. As a rule of thumb, I typically don't care for them. I love the movies, not too into the figures, but actually, before I get into that, I came across this guy, the 2-pack. Eric Sarton picked it up for me. It was on sale, and I got a suited body. And then this guy, the Killmonger. This thing is so awesome, man. I remember when the first Killmonger came out, I go, oh, I'm gonna wait until it goes on clearance because it did look pretty good. But my goodness, look at that figure. I think this can pass for a comic version. I know some people will disagree because it looks like the movie, but this figure is so well done. All the intricacies of the sculpt, and there's a lot of stuff that possibly can be highlighted. But as I look at this figure, it's like, man, I don't think I need it. I don't think I need to mess around with this too much. And it's painted really well. It looks good. And this is what got me going. It's like, wow, okay, pretty cool figure. For 12 bucks, could not pass it up. This is really well done. I think it looks better than my custom Black Panther. I'm comparing it to the Black because it's like a Black Panther body. This is so much nicer than what I have. But it was, you know, I think it was my second custom that I did. Yeah, it just looks really good. What's up, Pounds? Yeah, and so I didn't really pay much attention to the reviews, so I'm not going to blame the reviewers, but let's take a look at this thing. This thing is a thing of beauty. It is just a beautiful figure. And I love the movie. You know, like I started to say, I was gonna grab that guy, at least the first version that came out. And then I go, I'm just going to try to pick it up. And then the movie exploded, and then there were none available. So I completely forgot about it. But I saw this guy at Walgreens the other day, and in package, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, man, this is a really well done figure. The purple looks really well. I mean, it is 1,000 times better than, I think it was the Walmart exclusive Black Panther, where it has the souped up suit. I forget what they called it. But I saw this thing, and man, it's a beautiful figure. And it doesn't really come across. Let me see how on the video. Let me see if I can get. The lighting is going to be tough, and it's hard to appreciate this figure just through pictures alone. At least the pictures that I've seen, and in the video, and maybe if it was 1080p. But I'm trying to think. I just didn't really pay attention to them because I wasn't planning on getting them. But it's really a nice figure with just great details. And the purple that they've used like this metallic looking purple that really pops. It really stands out, and it pairs well. So when I got this guy and I saw this guy, I had to have it. I just had to have it, and really happy that I purchased it. Let's see what you guys are saying. Belora says, I was never able to find the 2-pack on sale. That's unfortunate. Keep looking. You never know. Dredd says, definitely a great addition for the better head sculpt of the Chadwick Boseman. And you're right. How about I pull that out? I got excited looking at the figure that I forgot. Chad's head sculpt right here. And I know you guys you either have this figure or you've seen reviews on it. It is really good. Actually, his skin color is 1,000 times better than that first one that came out. Now, don't get me wrong. Like there's stuff that still can be done to this phase to improve it. But the likeness is pretty darn good. And I mean, for a straight up Marvel Legend, it really is a very nice head sculpt. And the paint is done really well. But what I'm talking about is that you can add a little bit of shadowing under the eyes with some of that, I think the Agrax Earthshade from Citadel can be used here to give that skin a little bit more life. And maybe even like flicking some like some paint at the end of the brush and flicking it on the face to give it, the typical. I'd have to look at the actor's face up close, but his skin's not going to be perfect either, to give him those skin blemishes that we all have. Yeah, so I slept on this figure. I'm glad that I was able to pick it up, and I wanted to share it with you all, and then have just a quick conversation. I haven't been doing any of my customs for these last couple weeks. I've kind of been drained a little bit, or not that I'm an artist, like someone like Pounds. That guy's a true artist. And if you don't believe me, go listen to the guy sing. And he does some pretty awesome customs. But I am a little bit drained, and I don't like to work on customs. I don't like to do any sort of customs if I'm not really feeling it. I'm not going to force myself to do it. I'm not doing it for money. It's just for my collection. So that's why I haven't touched anything. I have been looking at other people's customs with the This Week in Customs episodes. And that's really easy for me to do because I love looking at customs. Yeah, this is like when I look at the suit here, just talking a little bit more about the figure, there is so much texture on the suit. There's texture, and then there's obviously the sculpted lines that are coming up, the collar. This face is a really nice looking Black Panther head. Yeah, ACBA guys are gonna go, if they haven't done it already. I haven't seen anybody use this on a shoot yet, but I mean, look how nice that looks. I guess I don't have to do that. There we go. Skin color is really good. The other one was way too light, way too light for the actor. And this is definitely a much better likeness all the way around for him. Yeah. My wife saw, she ran into this wave today, and the Shuri was there, or was it the Dora Milaje? I can't remember which one it was, but even my wife said it looked really good. And when my wife's saying that a figure looks good, you can bet your bottom dollar that it's gonna be great. Now, one thing I noticed is it's a little bit loose right here. I don't know if that's just going to be on mine. That's an easy fix by putting some future floor shine on it, so I'm not concerned. And it's not that big a deal. It's fine there, and it's fine there. It's just in this in-between, it's a little bit loose. What's up, George? Thanks for popping in here. What's up, Ultimate Destroyer? George, I was just telling people, and George may clown me a little bit, but I usually don't collect the MCU figures, and now here I am with this Black Panther, and George, you missed it, but as soon as I saw this guy, I had to have him. It is such a nice looking figure. It looks like a premium figure. It really does. There's not much that someone can add to this figure to make it look better. The paint is done extremely well. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Roberto? Yeah, JC, she does because she's out and about and, you know, doing adult stuff that I don't like to do, like go shopping, you know, for food and clothes and whatever necessities we have. This figure poses extremely well, too. Look at that. This is going to be a very photogenic figure. It's on a great body. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but this is the Spider-Man 2099, right? The same one that the like Bullseye and Sunfire and those. This leg's a little bit bent, coming straight out of the package. That can be fixed. See how it's a little bow-legged right there? But the figure looks really good. I've said that 1,000 times. Here's the Bullseye body. Speaking of the Bullseye body. Oh, actually, this may not be the Bullseye body. Is this the Bullseye body? I can't remember if let me see. This may not be the Bullseye body. This is actually the Spider-Man 2099 body that I've painted black. That apparently I did a pretty good job of... yeah, I guess I did a decent job. I couldn't even tell. I thought it was the Bullseye body. But it's a little bit different, actually. It's not the same. Wait a second. It's not the same. Is this a completely new buck? What's up, Nate? Southtown Paint Apps. Eli Vader. 40 Cal, welcome to this live stream. JC's wife thinks he's a nerd for, yeah, well, I wasn't a nerd before I got married, so I became a nerd afterward. This is my midlife crisis. And my wife is happy this is my midlife crisis. So this is definitely a different body. Now that I'm looking at it close, you can tell from the abdomen, but getting back to what I was saying, this is going to be probably no, this is not the same body. Is this the Bullseye body then? They're swerving me. Yeah, this is going to be the Bullseye body. It looks like just a little bit different on the sculpt, obviously. Yeah, it better be my only midlife crisis. You're right. Eli, what am I saying it wrong? So Transformers Optimal says most MCU figs are on new molds. Wakanda Forever? Hold on a second. He can. Yeah, because you can cross his arms in front, right? Oh, no, not quite. Yeah, this guy can. Pretty close. Yeah, it's a really, man, okay, hold on. Let me try to think of some different adjectives to describe this figure. So he is a little bit bow-legged, but for those of you that are watching this and you may have a bow-legged figure, if you run this under hot water or you put it in a glass with hot water in it, let it sit there for a while, straighten it out, and then run it under cold water, it'll refix itself. But this is just how it was packaged. They're trying to do this new posing thing in the package. And that's why it was bow-legged. And it comes with this piece. I'm gonna have to take a look at this guy too now, man. Because this is probably on a new body. I really did not pay attention to the reviews. And I got some buddies that have gotten these figures. George, did you review this? I don't think Nate has. And I don't remember T-Man reviewing it either, if you're still in here, George. Yeah, I would prefer it straight too, but I think they're just doing it for appeal. Okay, no, you didn't. Okay, so maybe that's why. But I know Brian Maciel probably reviewed this. I'm not into the MCU figs, but man, yeah, these two figures are a must-have. If you're a Marvel Legend collector and you're a fan, well, actually, if you're a Marvel Legend collector, I don't see a reason why you wouldn't pick these figures up. And I like the fact that they use different bodies for these two. Just thinking in the movie, I think Killmonger looked a little bit bigger. I don't remember him in the. I think they're about the same size in the cartoons. Excuse me, the comics. Nate, are they the same size? I know you're the resident comic book expert right here. You do take some good photos, George. You see, Eli says, I'm waiting till I finish a Wakanda diorama before I take out all my Panther figs. Okay, figures I slept on right here. I slept on these figures. I was not looking forward to them. The only disappointing thing on this figure, two disappointing things so far. This is a little bit loose, and this leg came out chueca. Esa pierna está chueca. Aquí, mira eso. Little bow-legged. And then on this figure, since I was messing around with it, now the shoulders are going to feel like a little bit on the tight side. I don't know if they can come up, though. Let me see. Yep. Comes up. I feel like I may have to heat that up a little bit and loosen it up because it doesn't want to come to the side of his body. Okay, this one now has come to the side of his body. I would be very angry if I broke that right now, especially since I'm really digging this figure. So if I had to pick between one of these two figures, which one I like better, man, that's a tough one. Which one do you guys like better? Yeah, they were about the same size in the film, and both of those actors, I wish that I could look like either one of them. Killmonger's the guy that all the ladies were going nuts for, though, right? Man, that is unfortunate right there. Those of you that have that your figure, does yours do this? Is it that loose right here? Like in this part right here. Yeah, so I think out of the two body molds, I like the Killmonger one better, and I think that's what some of you guys are saying in the comments right now. Man, I really want to get this shoulder piece down. Let's try it this way. No. If I snap this right now, I'm gonna cry like a grown baby. It's still not where I want it to be. I think I like the design on the Killmonger better. I like the neck piece on this guy better. And I brought in Winter Soldier here for scale. And this is a Winter Soldier that I did. I think this is literally one of my first customs I ever made. And it looks like the light's a little bit heavy on him. It's kind of tough to adjust the camera. There you go. Oh, messing up with that arm, yeah. What's up, Aiden? Eli says, Panther's fig has a bra-like feel to it. You think so? I don't know. I think it looks pretty good with that Winter Soldier, even though I didn't do the greatest paint job. I'm thinking about messing with that face again, or just making a whole new one. I think I may just make a whole new one on a bigger body. But put the camera back on here. I think Killmonger takes it between the two. So Nate says Killmonger was 2 inches taller. Are we talking about in the comics, Nate? I think that's what you're talking about. Sorry, I missed that comment before. What's up, Jose? I saw you got a bunch of comic books in recently. Yeah, so Eric was taller, and it definitely plays out here. Look at this. Hold on, let me stand him up straight because somebody will say something later. I did it on one of my videos. Oh, it was the Hercules. So it does look, they're both standing straight, and it does look like Killmonger is a little bit taller. Let me take the camera off the stand here. That's about eye level with him. Yeah, Killmonger, what's up, T-Man? Killmonger is taller, and like I was saying before, I really like the fact that they put both of these figures on different bucks, because the lazy thing or the cheaper thing may have been to just keep it on the same body. For those of you that have this figure, I haven't gotten the answer to it. Maybe a lot of you don't have this figure. Does yours do this? Is it that loose? So yours doesn't do that, huh? So now I'm tempted to go buy another one. Because if I don't have to put stuff here, you know, the feature shine, I'd be tempted to do it. But the paint apps on this guy is on the money. I can't find, again, there's not that much paint on it. It's obviously just the purple and then the silver on here, but I can't find even a mess up. Let me see the nails. Okay, there we go, found one. Found a screw up right there on that nail. That's the only mistake that this figure has that I can see. Everything else looks pretty on the money. Of course, you're not going to be able to see that because the light's not on it. Yeah, Jose, give it a look. I know these were just hitting my Walmart. My wife saw this figure there today, and if I would have known this was going to happen, I would have had her buy that one, and I would have returned it, because again, that's not that big a deal, because it's not like I'm going to be standing here. He's going to be posed. I'll get him into a panther pose. That's not a problem. Look at that. It's very photogenic. And it poses pretty easily. Mezco is better? So Jizzy prefers Mezco over Marvel Legends. I guess it depends on what type of aesthetic you like. I definitely ended up liking the Dark Side that I recently bought. And I like the Popeye. But I don't know. Yeah, I guess in your display, if you're going with for Mezcos, you should stay on with the Mezcos. But the Mezco is not going to be able to pose like this guy. At least not the Mezco Black Panther, from what I know. It won't be as posable as this. What's up, AS Reyes? Oops. Yeah, customs can be expensive, which is why I started doing my own. And even doing my own, you know, getting the pieces, the paints, and all that stuff, there's some upfront costs with it. See, oh, you see what I really like about this figure. Check that out. So you can pose this guy on a stand. No, I think they did. What is it? The new Homecoming Spider-Man. There was one of the Spider-Man that you guys that picked them up were enjoying the posability of it. Yeah, so I mean, it just obviously if you start twisting, I think that something like Mezco. The benefit of Mezco is when you do if you can get in some of those figures into a pose like this, the sculpt won't break up, right? Because right here, you know, you may want them doing some, I don't know, some crazy. You want his body twisting and whatever, and when you start doing the turn, you can't do that. Obviously, that's not supernatural. But the Mezcos with a cloth, it hides that. That would be the benefit of a Mezco over this. So George says that the Mezcos take better pictures. I'm not going to argue that because I really don't know. I think someone as talented as let's mention Book Nice, you know, the top of the game. He can probably make anything look pretty phenomenal. I know that's not what you're saying. You're talking about the figure itself being less, you know, more photogenic. I think part of it would be that these legends, some of them, you know, even though I think it looks good on the Panther here, you see how it's kind of shiny, and then the light is gonna tend to bounce off of that shininess. It doesn't absorb. Even the black should be absorbing the light, but as you can see, it reflects it. But regarding, you know, Mezcos over Legends and stuff like that, it comes down to preference, and it comes down to, you know, what you want to spend on the figure, how you think they look next to each other, and that's about it. While I have you guys here, let me switch the topic real quick. Oh, here's another figure I slept on. All right, guess what line this is from? Let's go, type it in there as quick as you can. What line is this from? Go, 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 type it, type it. What franchise? What franchise is this from? And I'm talking about, you know, is it a Mezco? Is it a Marvel Legend? SH Figure Arts? What is it? What is it? What company, I should have said. What do you guys think? I just have a few more minutes here and then I'll be off, guys. So we got Marvel Legends, Marvel Select, SH Figure Arts. The correct answer is Marvel Select. Marvel Select. Yep, you can tell right there. It hits. However, it's a very posable figure. for a Marvel Select, and it just does, the sculpt is really nice. Obviously, I could do a little bit of stuff to the whole figure, and I think I will do it in a little bit. Let me see, is the tail posable? Yeah, the tail is posable. I used my Rocket Raccoon for a Yoda custom that I did probably over a year ago now. And I picked this guy up. He was on sale. It was the 2-pack that came with Star-Lord. And this was a figure I slept on. And I think it scales, oh, no, it scales well with the Marvel Legends. So you could use it. It's better in my opinion than the Marvel Legend. I haven't owned the SH figure art, so I don't really know. But I think you can use that in your display. What got me into customizing was I wanted a figure done a particular way. And at one point, my mom's actually a pretty good artist, and I had asked her to do some details, and she wanted to use the cheap paint from Michaels, and I wanted her to use the fancier paint because I had started doing research, and she didn't want to do that. So I said fine. So that kind of started the itch in me, like maybe I'll just try to do it. But then I wanted this one figure done that I'm still working on. I started like back in 2015 doing customs, and I wanted to do that figure. I contacted a customizer, and he quoted me like 300 something. Now, do I believe that some customs can cost 300 something? Yeah. Go look at some of Pound's 978 work. Some of the stuff that he does takes an immense amount of skill and time to do, so I think that's worth it. But guess what? I'm not going to be paying that much money for a custom because that's crazy. It's crazy. You can pay that's like Hot Toys figures. As much as I love the Marvel Legends look, I ain't crazy. Do I think some customs are worth it? Yeah, like I just mentioned. Pounds 978 customs are well worth it. Look at Ace Outlaw Customs. That guy, if you guys want to get a good custom at a cheap price, contact him. That guy's super skilled. There's so many. Just look at some of the This Week in Customs videos that I put out. A lot of those guys do custom work, and they're really, really talented. I just didn't want to pay that much money for something that I eventually started, I kind of have a little bit of a knack for it. I'm kind of like middle of the road where customs go. I would not going to do any commissions because I don't think that it would ever be worth it for me with the amount of time that I take. Like how long I've been working on this guy. I take way too long. And for me, it would probably take the fun out of it because this is seriously just a hobby for me. This is just a fun hobby. And I think if I started charging for customs, and it's one thing to make a custom and then sell it. Afterwards, maybe I get tired of it, don't want it anymore, which I did with Darkseid. I had a Darkseid custom that I did. I ended up selling it for like 140, 150 bucks, something like that. And the reason I sold it was because Mezco was putting out their Darkseid, and I preferred theirs. That's how I started doing custom work little by little, and I'm working myself up to doing some decent stuff that I'm really happy with to have on my shelf, so I can take a $20 figure and make it look, at least for my taste, okay? You guys some of you may think, no, it's not good. I'd rather buy a premium figure in SH Figure Arts. George kind of clowns me because I love Marvel Legends. Well, the reason I love Marvel Legends is because I'll look at it, and this is not a good example here because I don't want to do anything to this figure. But I'll look at a Marvel Legend kind of like a starting point to go, and then make something look like I recently did a Juggernaut, and I souped up a Silver Surfer, and I did some extra paint work to Hercules. That's the type of stuff that I enjoy doing. So now when I have it on my shelf, it's not only does it look good for me, But I look at that and I go, man, I actually did that, you know, or part of that. And for me, that's an aspect of my collecting that I really enjoy. Like, here, let me give you just one quick example, then we're going to cut out of here. I love how this bullseye's coming out. Like this, to me, is probably the best I can do at my current skill level. This is, you know, I sculpted the majority of that. I took a little bit of a piece from a Toy Biz Deathlock. I sculpted the mustache, and obviously the eyebrows as well, and then I painted it. And if you look at the comic book, I think you can put them next to each other, and you can say, well, this was definitely inspired by that comic. It's close to it, and I'm really, really happy with that. I also sculpted the hat, but I don't know where I have it right now, so I can't show you. So this is what excites me about Marvel Legends, that I can take that original bullseye head and I can make it look like this. And in the process, show other people. Like, see, I'm starting to work on this Nightwing. And it's gonna, the flesh is kind of similar. Oh, you can't really see it right now. Thanks, Eli. So I started this a while ago and I kind of ran out of steam. So I have to work on that mask and definitely his lips and flesh tones. And this is actually what I wanted to get your opinion on. Well, I have you guys here. I should look at the chat. Sorry, I missed everything that I went on a rant there and I forgot. I forgot what, I think Jizzy got me going on that, right? Hold on, let me go up and make sure I get, let me see where we're at. What's up, Peachy? 40 cal Mafex does make some really good figures. I agree. Eli, my last finished custom, I think it would be the Hercules. But that was just kind of like a repaint. My last custom, I think, I've done a few repaints. I think it was Juggernaut. Let me see, Jizzy, do you ever get frustrated and want to give up? I've had that happen to me so many times. If you're talking about customs, yeah, I've been frustrated with customs, but you know, that's why it's good to know other customizers in just, you know, around the, lost for words. It's good to know other customizers and chat with them and bounce ideas. Like one of the customizers I talk to a lot now is Ace Outlaw Customs. And like I mentioned before, that guy does, if you don't know who he is, go check out his Instagram page. The guy does really good custom work. He's not really well known either, which I'm surprised. He just did, go look at This Week in Customs. He was recently, one of his customs was featured on there, and he's gonna continue being featured because he pumps out customs like they're easy to do. And he does make it look easy. But when I get stuck on something, like I had gotten stuck with these legs, and I had an idea of where I wanted to go with it. I'm afraid. And actually, I ended up doing something completely different than what he suggested. But I was able to bounce ideas off of him. I've noticed that I probably glued this a little bit. Oh, well, he's going to have chueca legs. But if you go back, there I spliced this part of this knee. Part of it, there's a gambit part here, Toy Biz Gambit. And this is from the Marvel Legend. And I actually spliced the Toy Biz Gambit, this joint piece in between. I spliced them together. I made them fit together, and I'm using the, this part right here is Mafex. This is, Nate Simmons gave me this figure. It's a part of a Batman. Those are Batman's boots. That's Toy Biz Gambit's calf. And then the rest of it up here like this right here is Marvel Legend. And then when we go up here, now we go back to, this is the Mayfix Batman, this part right here. And it's just good to bounce ideas. So yeah, when I get stuck like that, if I get really stuck, I'll probably bounce ideas off someone. It's Reyes, how about I custom up one of these, I can do this guy for you. I can paint him up for you. Maybe get a little coat on him. Get a little coat with wires, and you can have an Obi-Wan. I can sell you that. Oh, thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Wayne Stanley, welcome to the live stream. When you put limitations on yourself, that will be the best you'll ever do. Always swing for the fences and you will surprise yourself. There's guys that tell me, and by no means am I saying that I'm one of the better customizers. I am not one of the best customizers out there. I'm a decent customizer. I've been doing it for a few years. But people always say, oh man, you sure took the hard road. You did it the hardest way. But you know what? I've learned so many techniques doing it the hard way. And that's true. And that's why I take so long doing some of these customs. Yeah, okay, so let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about Brock. Oh, that's messed up, dude. Why you picking on Boog? Leave Boog alone. He's not here. Don't mess around with him. But all right. So Nightwing, for those of you, obviously this is going to be not like your classic Nightwing. This isn't even going to be like video game Nightwing, like Injustice Nightwing. It's going to look completely different. So that's the head I'm using. And obviously I got some of these blue parts. This is going to be blue. This is a design. I just made a design. And the reason I made this design is because I'm hiding magnets there. There's magnets back there that initially I didn't hide, and I didn't like the way it looked, so I decided to do that like arrow thing and make so this whole design. If you can kind of see a bird there, can you guys see a bird? Can you guys see a Nightwing on his back? But that's the look I was going for. All right, so my question is, or let me tell you what my plan is. I feel like I need to tie these blues together, and I feel like this needs to have something on the shoulder. Am I wrong? Aesthetically? I feel like I need to do some sculpting here, even if it's just a little bit of a line. What I'm afraid is that if I sculpt that, it's going to get too busy. So design-wise, what do you guys think? I'm thinking I'd like to do a little bit of some sort of design here, even if it's just a straight line or something like almost like a triangle. I don't know, but I feel like I need to put something on the shoulders. And so I have this in its armored pieces, right? Some of it is armored, some of it is obviously standing out. I feel like I need something on the legs. Again, maybe just like a stripe down the leg. I feel like I need something. George says he sees no bird. Come on, man. Look. Hold on. Excuse me, Obi-Wan, I need to borrow your lightsaber. So this is going to be the head. And of course, it's not focusing. Right here. That's the head, George. That's the beak right here. You see it? Here are the wings. And here's the body, and this is whatever the heck is. Now, mind you, his Eskrima sticks are going to be attached right here. He says a pigeon maybe if I squint my eyes and turn my head to the left. Oh, shoot. Oh, I missed it. What did Jizzy get? You went to a swap meet. Oh, and you had a cool looking Jason, I see. So Eli wants more paint involved. Nate Simmons, of course, He's going to see a transformer. He says, I see a wannabe Laserbeak. Okay, Lord Draco thinks I should put a shoulder pad, like maybe in line with this thing right here. Something to line up. It's right down the middle of the shoulder. And then what about on the legs? Vic Rodriguez doesn't see a bird either? Come on, guys. How do you not see it? Look. That's a bird. I see a bird there. I don't know what the heck this is. The bird's nest, maybe? Gosh, an ace. I see an ace, but no bird. An ace. Interesting. That's the bones of the bird. Okay. So what do you guys think about some part down here on the leg to tie in the upper? And I don't want to make it too much of a design. I want something super. I'm talking simple. Something super simple here, just so I can tie the whole piece together. Because I'm not going to put any blue on the boots. And then the boots, I want to keep it black. Lord Draco thinks that maybe a line would work. Okay. Anybody else? Anyone else want to clown my Nightwing here? Eli says it looks like an ace of spades. I'm going to have to look at an ace of spades and see what you're talking about. Vic says maybe a line. Okay. I mean, I can always put it. You think he needs a belt? Like a utility belt? Copy that V. Oh, so Wayne says copy that V on his back to his shoulders and keep the legs all black. So this V like right here, like a V for victory. I'll have to think about that. I'll take any ideas you guys got. What's up, Curtis? I'll have to think about the belt because I am armoring him up, right? So maybe if I do armor him up, he may need a little Nightwing belt. I'll have to look at some source material for that to see what I see, and maybe even some Deviant Art. I'll have to go check out Deviant Art because some of those guys will put up crazy, crazy designs. What's up, Robert? Okay. And then my last thing before I shut this down, because we're at 48 minutes and I wanted to keep it under an hour. I want to make parts of this figure a shiny black and the other matte black. I want to have like that contrast. I just don't know which parts I should do what. I'm thinking that the main parts, this should stay matte. And then maybe over here, parts of this wrist guard that he's got should be like a shiny black, and maybe the gloves too, or parts of the glove should be shiny black. Batman does need a shark recreate that scene. Classic scene, by the way. I'll need a helicopter. I'll have to custom up a helicopter to do it too. At the end of the day, George, this will rock as Night Pigeon. Night Pigeon right there. That's what he's referring to. That's messed up, man. Come on. I really like that design now. All right, so make the armor pieces shiny. Yeah, I think I will. And then maybe the inside part, I'll leave that matte. Like a matte finish. I may do this right here, maybe do this part shiny too. I'll have to mess around with that. Hard points, gloss, okay. Go Power Pigeon, you guys. Right. I may actually title that when I do the video reveal of Night Pigeon here. AS Reyes wanted to take a look at this, so we will end with this. I made this custom, I think it was, I want to say 2015, so it's about 4 years old now. And I bought this head in a short-haired version. I bought this chest piece right here. It was casted, and they're still casting those. And then everything else I sculpted. You can see the sculpting's not great. It's on a Nick Fury body, but I've added, I think this may have been an arm from Hawkeye, and this may have been the other arm from Hawkeye, or a Bucky cap, or like the classic Bucky cap. I can't remember. I have it written down, but as you can see, the face, it's just straight paint. And I'm looking at it with my, not through the camera, and I don't know if you can tell, but the flesh actually has different tones in it, but I can see where I can add a lot more life to this face with different types of washes. I didn't do any joint prep on this figure, so you may be able to see. I think this is the, is this the old Bucky cap? Yeah, I think it may be the Bucky cap. See that? There's like some shiny blue coming through right there. And then, of course, the star, that was, I hand drew the star. The circle actually came out pretty good. I used something, I put paint on, like, I can't remember what it was, but it was obviously that shape. What's up, Ricardo? Oh man, we got Cubans and Puerto Ricans and Mexicans and Hawaiians up in here. So the color of the leather is fine. See how it's kind of shiny? I would probably want to matte that down now. This is a removable gun. That used to be a Nick, I think that was on Nick Fury. That may have been what came with those pants. And I feel like I may have given this different boots. Yeah, I traded out because I wanted this figure to have ankle pivot. If I ever redo a Bucky, I'm gonna put him on a bigger body. I feel like I want to just have him slightly larger. And I am customizing a couple Captain Americas, and I want them to be close to Captain America size. So there you have it. I think I'm gonna call it a night, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Let me make sure. Oh, Eli's wife is half Puerto Rican. Let me see anybody else's comments that I missed before I get out of here. Lord Draco's Mexican. Wait a second, Curtis. I thought you were Hispanic, not Jewish. Oh, AS Reyes is not Mexican. He's Guatemalan. Am I right? Guatemalteco. Sí, Guatemalteco, claro. That was me clowning him a little bit, giving it a little bit because he doesn't like my Winter Soldier. Although the paint here, for the skill that I had at the time, this part right here, this area right here came out pretty darn good. You see the difference in colors? That's some dry brushing up in there. Everything else is very mediocre. You can definitely tell it was done by a rookie. All right, man. We are out of here. Thanks for hanging out. I'm surprised that this many of you showed up. I haven't done a live stream in a really long time because my... oh, look at that. 40 cal just got... Yeah, you're not a citizen of this world, are you, sir? He just got biblical up in here. We'll get biblical in